So in preparation of the state test, I'm going to go over some of last year's state test questions. Not all of them, but we're just going to go over some of them. Now, if at any point you would like to pause the video to take a look at the question and try to answer them, feel free to do that. So this one says yesterday, the temperature at noon was 11.4 degrees Celsius. By midnight, the temperature had decreased by 15.7 degrees. What was the temperature at midnight? So what we are going to do is we are going to start off with this 11.4, and we're going to decrease by 15.7. So 11.4 minus 15.7. Or I can think of that as a plus a negative. So when I have this, I'm actually going to switch these around and I'm going to subtract. So 15.7 minus 11.4 is 4.7. My answer is going to be a negative, 4.3. Negative 4.3. So that matches with choice A. Okay. Skipping around to some of these. Here's our next one. It says evaluate. We have negative 7/10 plus 15 hundredths divided by negative 0.125. Now what I can do is I can go ahead and change these. I'm going to change them all into decimals. I think that would be the easiest way. So we're going to have 7/10 plus negative 7/10, which is negative 0.7 plus 0.15. And I'm going to actually once again subtract those because the signs are different, which I'm going to get a negative 55 hundredths. And I'm going to be dividing that by negative 0.125. Okay, so I have a negative divided by a negative. So that means my answer is going to be a positive. So that has already eliminated choices B and choice A. So now I need to go ahead and actually solve this and figure out which one it's going to be. So I have divided by 0.125. So let's move these decimal points, move this actually 3 times, so we can get rid of that right there. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to figure out how many times 125 goes into 550. I'm guessing, just based on this, that it's going to be 4. We could even try it. We have 4 times. 4 times 125 would be 500. And we are left with 50. And if I actually did this again, adding on another 0, that would be another 500. That would be another 4. So I know my answer has to be choice C, which is my positive 4.4. Okay. Going on to a couple more. See what problems we have here. Amber determined that the expression negative 1/2 over negative 41 over 15 is equivalent to 15 over 18. Which statement describes the process Amber could have used? She could have divided that by 15 and then divided the results. Well, when we have this type of problem, what we're actually doing, okay, if I were to think of this, is 1/2, negative 1/2, divided by negative 41 over 15. So what I'm actually doing here, if I were to think of this, is my keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. So what I have is negative 1/2 times negative 15 over 41. So I'm actually having a multiplication and then a division, if that is the case. So that one would not work out. We do not want to divide and divide. We want some sort of multiplication and division. So that already also eliminates choice D right here. I'm not going to be multiplying and multiplying. So what I want to do is I want to try to figure out which one of these most represents what I'm actually going to do, which is this multiply and then divide by 41. So this one looks like it is the correct one. Multiply by negative 15, and divided the result by 41. That looks like what I'm doing there, so it must be choice B. Next one right here. Ben earns $9 an hour and $6 for each delivery he makes. He wants to earn more than $155 in an 8-hour workday. What is the least amount of deliveries he must make to reach his goal? So Ben earns $9 per hour, so we have $9 per hour and $6 for each delivery. So I can start off my little inequality here, $9 per hour plus $6 for delivery. This might be a little too complicated with all these variables here. So let's take a look at what I know here. I know he has an 8-hour workday, so therefore I can already, instead of using an hour there, I'm just going to multiply 9 times 8. And $6 for each delivery that he wants to make at least, once again, at least $155. Okay, so I'll do a little math here. 72 plus 60. 155 minus 72 minus 72. 60 greater than equal to, that would be 83. I know this isn't going to work out exactly, but that's okay. Divide by 83. As long as I want my deliveries to be over this. So we have 83 divided by 6. One time 23, that's going to be about 13, not going to quite get to 4. So it'll actually be 13 and a fraction here. So which of these could I use? Well, 13 wouldn't quite get me there. I'd still have that remainder to that problem, so it must be choice D. Let's take a look at one more, at least in this video. So we have 8C plus 6 minus 3C plus 2. So I'm going to take this and I am going to circles for my C values, and I'm going to underline my regular numbers. Now, once again, you can use boxes, you can use stars, you can highlight, you can do any sort of thing, as long as you know that those two are like terms, and those two are also like terms, so I can combine them. Now, 8C minus 3C is 5C. Please do not forget about that negative sign, that minus sign we have there. I'm actually going to subtract. That minus sign goes with the term that it follows. We also have 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 is clearly 4, positive 4. So it must be 5C plus 4, which is choice A. Please do not be confused with these minus signs. They must go with the term that is after them. Okay? I'll try to post some more videos today. Try a couple more problems.